Hi, Hive fans. Welcome to today's live stream where I'm helping you play Hive like a champion. It has been an exciting match, this final, the fourth of the quarterfinals in the 2021 Hive Online World Championship. We have Gandac versus tzimarou. First round of tie breaks were yesterday. Each player won one game, so after 8 games, it's tied at 4 games apiece. Second round of tie breaks will be today. Gandac, that's Jan, the Romanian juggler, is in the lobby. We're waiting for tzimarou. That's Dimitrios from Greece. So we're looking forward to another exciting round today. Hopefully they'll get 2 games in. The games get quicker as the tie breaks continue. In the quarterfinals, the tie break, the timing mechanism is plus 12, which means that if you ever have used more than 12 minutes more than your opponent, then you are requested to resign on time. However, in the tie breaks, the time drops to plus 5 for the first round of tie breaks, which was yesterday, plus 3 for today's round. If it continues after today's round, then it will be plus 3 again. And then after that, it drops to plus 1. So Gandac just asked the question, any idea how picking colors worked for the second round of tie breaks? They chose randomly in the first round of tie breaks. So let me answer that to Jan here in the board space lobby. Let's see. So I put alternate for white in each pair. You played white in game 1 yesterday. Zim plays white in game 1 today. So John Sandel has joined. Welcome, John. We appreciate you coming in. Let me get over here and John Sandel has joined, and he said that he may not be able to stick around. He'll be watching it a little bit later. So he's one of my regular viewers and contributors. Thank you very much, John. He plays under the name Apollo Q. And he actually sponsored a real Hive Live event in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area of the U.S. back before COVID hit a year and a half ago, and I got to meet him and play against him in person. So Joe Schultz and I both were there in Minneapolis-St. Paul area. So Dimitrios, playing under the name tzimarou, has joined into the lobby, so we look like they're going to be starting us today. Not many people in the lobby right now. So it looks like they will be going into game room 7. Danielle, thank you very much for joining. So it's been an exciting match between these two top players. tzimarou, of course, is a previous world champion. He won the world championship in 2016. And he upset the current world champion, Joe Schultz, author of the book Canon of Hive Groundwork, and a contributor in many ways to the Hive community. Thank you very much, Joe. And so if we do a quick review of this match, it's currently tied at 4 points apiece. Each one of them have won 3 games with 2 draws. And it's interesting, all 6 games that ended up in victory were won by the player playing white. And so with tzimarou playing white in this first game today, will he have an advantage? In some ways, you might answer yes, because if you win the first of a pair of tie breaks, all you have to do is get a draw in the second one to win the match. However, if you lose the first game of the tie breaks, then the only way you can win the match is by winning the second game and forcing yet another round of tie breaks. So we've got both players in the lobby. We're waiting to get started here very shortly. Should be another exciting pair of games today. And of course, we have Frank Jin playing under the name Doobie, is awaiting the winner of this match as his opponent in the semifinals. So welcome, Troy is joining us as well. So tzimarou says, have you ever played with a +3 time limit? And gandac says, yes, it's horrible. tzimarou says, I thought so, first time for me. So it's going to be very, very exciting. And we've had a couple interesting comments in this type of tiebreak in the past. We've had a couple players say, I hope that when players go back and review these games, they realize that they were played with these very fast time frames, so that when mistakes are made, you'll realize that it's because of the time pressure. gandac says, +1 devolves into complete randomness, almost, which is strange because for chess, I can handle a whole game in a minute. So that's very interesting. And then Jan, the Romanian juggler, says, hopefully we won't get to the +1 part. So some of us are actually hoping for that because it gets some very, very exciting playing. And tzimarou makes the truthful comment, in chess you probably have a better understanding of the pieces and the position. Here things are more vague. Just a scenario where chess has a limited 8x8 board, and once a piece gets in a certain position, you know exactly where it goes. People play blindfold chess all the time because they can picture the board and the position in their head. With Hive, however, an ant can scurry all the way around the outside of the hive, sometimes can have 35 or 40 different potential movement positions. So it can be very exciting. And Hive can be very complex, particularly when two top players like we have today play with all 3 expansions, including the pill bug. So we're looking right now to get started here very shortly. gandac says, yep, no board, less fixed structure. And that's just kind of what I had just said. So it looks like they're going to be playing in game room 7. I've tried to get my Stream Deck set up. They're asking about white-black. Oh. So let me just confirm this. It looks like gandac played white in the first game of the pair yesterday. tzimarou played white in the second game, so tzimarou gets white in this first game. They're asking, are we ready? So we're going to be going here very shortly. I'm going to turn the lobby off. And then once they get going into the game, I will join and hopefully get right in. And I'm trying to get my new Stream Deck set up. Everybody says that it really, really is helpful for doing live streams. I've got a lot of it programmed in so I can just push one button and do scene changes. And so, for example, if you don't want to see me anymore, I can press that button and I disappear, and press that button and I come back. So they have started. And they are very quick. So let me see if my button works. Try to get it enlarged here so you guys can see it better. And they are off and running. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to keep up in the review room, but both players started with ladybugs, and tzimarou seems to have a tendency to be late getting his pill bug in. He still hasn't gotten his pill bug in. And gandac is starting with his beetle attack. And Troy does make the comment, I watch these tournament games for the quality of play. The shorter time limits may be more exciting, but it decreases the quality somewhat, and I think he is absolutely correct. So tzimarou finally does get his pill bug into play. So let's see if I can take a minute here and get some things set up over here in the review room. Gandac is doing a 3 beetle attack. And both black beetles have gotten pinned very quickly. Very hard sometimes to get there as quickly as they're playing. Black is fighting to get one of those top of hive bugs out and available. tzimarou brings in the first beetle. And it gets pinned. So I don't know whether we're going to be able to get much in the way of things done in the review room. Things are happening very, very, very quickly. And I just noticed that Doobie has just joined. That's Frank Chin. He's going to see who he's going to be playing. In the upcoming semifinal match. So Bram just asked an interesting question. Does anybody know how gandac and tzimarou started last few games and who won? I definitely will look into that. And gandac is fighting to get one of his top of hive bugs free. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get caught up here in time or not. Not worried about what order these bugs are played in. I'm just trying to get them in place. So let's see how close I am to getting caught up here. I think I am up to date in the review room. Troy responds, Gandac's opening as black is the same as last game. So that would be a thing that I need to do some research on in preparation for the next, if we have another round of tie breaks. And it looks like tzimarou is, oh, gandac is fighting to get a top of Hive bug available and hasn't been able to yet. Meanwhile, tzimarou has gotten white beetle number 1 up atop the hive. So as far as controlling the outside of the hive, black has the only mobile ants with two mobile ants. And of course, this ant here, well, black just played a pin replacement that frees this ant, because prior to that, if this ant moved, then that would free up a white ant. So black has two black ants that are potentially available for defending. Because if this black ant moves away, all this white mosquito can do is climb up. Now that's an interesting situation here. By playing the white grasshopper here, threatening to jump in, which would allow the ladybug to be free or possibly warp away the white queen, but by immediately attacking with this black ant, it stops the grasshopper in its spot. It cannot jump in because the black ant would swoop in to take the kill shot. It is possible that the grasshopper could go to here if tzimarou's goal is to warp the queen away, because black does not have any bugs with a line of attack to that spot. Oh, that's what he did. And immediately got it pinned. Or maybe not. And again, white can play that setup shot without the risk of losing, because there's no black bug that has a angle of attack to take that kill shot. So barring a mistake on White's part, White still has 2 bugs available. Well, let's see, maybe he doesn't have enough bugs. Black Spider comes in looking to do a pin replacement. And Black has another available ant. So the question will be, does White have enough bugs to deliver a victory? He's only got 2 bugs in reserve. So in theory, he only has 4 spots to fill, and the 2 beetles would be available if he can get all of his bugs into position, all of them into attacking position. So you want to, yep, so the spider can get into attacking position. See, where did this ant go? This ant went to there. The black ant stops the spider in its tracks. And looking to do another pin replacement. Keep those ants mobile. They're the best defenders. I'm trying to keep the review room up to date. They are moving very quickly. 62 moves in only 11 minutes total. So it is very quick. So a white bug can go into that spot with a direct drop. So there are 2 direct drop spots. So White might have the ability to do that. Let's take a look. Now this spot here would create a ring, which would free the black beetle. But I think it would be too little too late for black to attack with that beetle. Let's see, I think it would need to be the other way around. Grasshopper in there. Direct drop a grasshopper there, a spider there. I don't know, it's going to be close. So he did direct drop the spider in, but the black spider continued with the pin replacement. let's pretend like for a minute that there are no it's still I don't think you can do it. No interference from black. White could move forward like this. Could then play the grasshopper. Yep, it's gonna be hard pressed to get all of these bugs. Okay, interesting. He's bringing it in that over there. Attempting to free up an ant. Okay, very interesting. So Bram asked who has the advantage. So again, remember there's a 2-minute lag here. So I'll say white is playing for victory. Okay, so see if I'm still caught up here. That's an interesting. So white warps the queen over to there, which frees the ladybug. It gets very, very complex in these scenarios. And even if you're playing a standard time game where you have more time, or a turn-based game like at Board Game Arena, trying to look at all these possibilities is quite complex in these scenarios. See, now that's interesting because if black does that, then the white ladybug can move away and the white ant is free. So it is, and they're both dead even on time, almost exactly the same, 9 minutes apiece. That's probably has just clinched it, although not quite, because if white can attack there, white will win. But black has an ant to pin that white ant. And white still should be able to move the second beetle in. Yep. So it's beginning to look like white has this game won. So let's see, is there a way that black can defend? Nope. The white ant attacks and gandac falls on his sword. So very, very quick right there at the end. Got very complex, but white was able to free up a bug and get it into position. It was critical to change this ladybug pin into a true pin. That as long as it was a false pin, then the ladybug could in theory be freed once this beetle left. But once white was able to get the queen over, put the ladybug in a true pin, both those beetles, even if black would have defended against the white ant coming in, both beetles could have moved forward. So that was very quick and exciting. So that puts tzimarou in the driver's seat. Again, white has won. So now gandac will be playing white in this next game, and under the pressure must win to continue the match. If tzimarou pulls out a draw or better, he wins the match. So that game went very, very quickly. So let me go ahead, and the easiest way I've learned to do this is to close the review room and then reopen it. So my review room is back open, and let's see where they're going to be playing. Hopefully they play another game. It'd be kind of all this adrenaline flowing and not be able to see another game if they decide not to. And I'll take this time to thank my contributors to my channel. We had a new contributor yesterday, Bram P. And I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his Dutch nom de jeu. Maybe I will. It's Kuchenroltje. Actually, it doesn't even show it. It ends in a J-E on the end. Thanks also to Jack H, aka Big Meep. First base, Copper Penny. Frank Chin plays under the name Doobie. John Sandel plays under the name Apollo Q. And Tim Carroll, my most recent contributors. If you would like to contribute, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link down below in the description. And I think all of you have already purchased my book, but there's also a link down below. Play Hive like a champion, because that's my goal, is to help you play Hive like a champion. So we're waiting for them to get started in another room. Hopefully they haven't already in a room that I missed. Nope. And again, as always, we'd like to thank Dave Dyer, the administrator at BoardSpace. He manages this website totally free of charge for those of us that play. And I can't even imagine how much work it is. So thanks, Dave. We appreciate it. And the committee is working on the 2022 Hive Online World Championship to see what kind of improvements we can make to make next year's World Championship even better. One of our goals was to shorten the time frame that it takes to determine a champion, and it doesn't look like that has worked out. We made the invitational as an invitational only tournament with 32 players, so that those players didn't have to go through so that the top players, the ones that qualified ahead of time, the top 20, didn't have to go through the Board Space Open. That shortened their period of time. But here it is, the first week of October, and the semifinals haven't even started yet. So it looks like it'll go all the way into November before we crown a 2021 champion. So we're still waiting for them to decide where they're going to play. Hopefully they are going to play another game. I'm going to just ask a little question here. Might have needed to take a little bit of a break. A break to let their adrenaline slow down. I don't know that they need a coffee break. Pumping coffee and that caffeine into players that playing like that would be very interesting. No, it's just water. And we appreciate everybody who's commenting in the live stream. So Troy Medler comes back. I'm back. Who won? We'll let one of the other viewers of my stream comment. And Gandac says if he's able to win this one, he would like to continue on and play the rest now as well. So we will see what happens. And Doobie, that's Frank Chen, is in the review room probably reviewing this game because he's going to be playing the winner of this match. And there's opening in game room 11, and my stream deck only set up game rooms 1 through 8, so it'll take me a minute to get that set up. Looks like they're going to start in about 5 minutes, so I'm going to make a little note to Jan. So I'll just put a little note there. Note to Jan, can you play in one of the rooms 1 to 8, please? It is easier for my live stream. And then I'll put a little smiley face there. So again, that's going to room 1. Thanks. So nobody has answered Troy yet, so I will go ahead and answer him. And as I've mentioned before in my live streams, in Hive, you need to always play for the win. Play for the win, but be willing to take the draw if it presents itself. But if you start the game with the plan on playing for the draw, quite often you end up losing. So that would be my recommendation to Zim. Of course, as a previous world champion, he probably understands that very well. I think one match went 12 games, so So right now we are at this one is 10 games in, or 9 games in. We're going into game 10. So gandac is under the pressure to win this one to extend. I'll have to look. I think it's 2 rounds at +3. Let me go over here. I think it's, give me a second. Let me pull up the official rules. I think it's 2 rounds at +3. Nope, it's just 1 round at +3. So tzimarou says, I hope that we won't break that record. So gandac is looking to find out how it's like to play with a +1 time limit. Of course, tzimarou wants to win or draw this game and end it. So we will see what happens. And I've been in these stressful situations, so hard for me to even imagine what it's like. And they are off. Again, playing very, very quickly at the beginning. And as has been his usual play, tzimarou is slow getting his pill bug in. Gandac is immediately attacking with 2 beetles, playing a 2 beetle attack. It's kind of slacked down just a little bit. Let's see if I can get my review room going here. So in the previous game that gandac played as white, having that pill bug right there in that position was very critical because it ended up being quite an offensive weapon at the very end. And black has an ant farm going. All the black ants are out. The white mosquito also has ant power. And this is a pin-proof spawn point right here, lower right below the white queen. But he doesn't take advantage of it. He brings in the ladybug over here. And black is going to have to, here very soon, get the pillbug in play. It's kind of living on the edge from my standpoint when you don't get your pillbug in play early. But Zim has done a good job of that, and here it comes. And the white mosquito looks like it might be coming into the pin-proof spawn point. Actually not completely pin-proof because the black ant could pin it this way. But then one advantage having that mosquito right next to the pillbug is if you do pin it, then you have to double pin it to anchor that piece down. Otherwise, the white mosquito could use the pillbug power, shift the ant over, and immediately gain ant power. So one interesting scenario here is that if white covers, black can then do this. He has qualified for the win, but the black pillbug would be in place. So interesting. The black mosquito jumps over. That's a very interesting situation because the threat now is either the black mosquito climbs up, or if the black queen moves away, it leaves the white beetle pinned and then brings the black queen out to the black pillbug. So that's a very interesting scenario. The white ladybug cuts off the black queen. And again, the white pillbug is in a very good attacking position because if the black mosquito covers the white pillbug, the black pillbug still cannot move in because the white mosquito can take the kill shot. If the black mosquito covers the white mosquito, the black pillbug can't move in because the white pillbug warps in the white queen and takes the kill shot that way. So now the black mosquito has pillbug power. So what would happen? That would be out of the frying pan into the fire if he did that. And black still cannot get his pill bug into play. Oh, gandac won on time. Didn't realize it was going that fast so well. So gandac won that one. Again, following the suit where white has won every game except for the two that they drew. So Zimmer is asking next games tomorrow. Gandac had earlier said that he was hoping that he could play today. And he does say, if you can today, I can as well. Wow, that was very, very quick. Only 8 minutes. Let me get back into my review room. See what the comments are in the lobby. Zimmer's asking for a 10-minute break. So we're taking a 10-minute break, guys. So the match now sits at 5 points apiece, 4 wins each. All 8 wins have been by white with 2 draws. So it looks like the first person to get a point with black is probably going to win the match. And so they're saying good at 9, which is 9 p.m. their time. So it's Thursday evening in Eastern Europe. Of course, it's early afternoon here. It's a beautiful sunshiny day in Florida. Summer may be officially over, but it's definitely still summer out here in Florida. So we've got a few minutes to kill here while we're waiting for the next round of the tie breaks to start. I have another hour I've asked off from work, so hopefully we'll be able to get this match finished while I'm still available to live stream. It's very exciting to live stream these games. It's very stressful, though. I can't even imagine what a +1 time limit game is going to be like. So if we review this match so far, gandac won game 1, tzimarou won game 2. Actually, game 1 was played back in August. Game 2 was played on September 7th. Then on the 15th, They ended up with a draw. On the 21st, they ended up with a draw. And then on the 24th, gandac was on the verge of, if tzimarou could win, he could win the match, but gandac pulled it even. I believe so. Let's see. Gandac won, 1-1, 1.5, 1.5, 2-2. Nope. Gandac pulled ahead 3-2, and then on the 27th, tzimarou tied it. So neither player was in danger of losing the match at that point. And then yesterday we had two very exciting games. Gandac playing white won the first one. tzimarou playing white won the second one. And then today, the +3 times white, both players won as white again. So let's take a look to see if we can I'm going to take a minute. We've got a few minutes here yet, so I'm going to, let's go back and look at the openings for all the games that have been played so far by these two. That's one of the really nice things here at Board Space. You can go back and review any game as far back as you want to go. So let's go back to August 18th. We go right in gandac right there. So here's the first game in the match. Let's see how they opened. Gandac playing white opened with the pillbug. So let me grab a notepad here. In the standard Hive Open Encyclopedia description of this, this would be PQA for white. LMQ for black. White has a 1 triple, a 5 triple, and a J. And even in this game, tzimarou did not get his pillbug in play until turn 12. Now we jump up to September 7th. And in this game, which tzimarou won, opened with a ladybug. More conventional ladybug on both sides. And they had a C opening. Next game was played on the 15th. This game ended up in a draw. You can see how they're spread all out. That's an indication of that happening. And so tzimarou opened with white as well. And this was the exact same opening. And again, it was 12, turn 11 before white got in the pill bug. We've got to keep an eye open. Gandac is in room 2 waiting. So we're not going to continue this for very much longer because they're going to be starting here very soon, I am sure. So here we go, the +1 time limits. That last game, 1 on time. Although I think Gandac was on the verge of winning it anyway, so it wasn't like he won it. If he had the time, he would have been able to win it as well. So in this first game, Gandac will be playing white. tzimarou will be playing black. So it's going to be another exciting pair of games. These should go very quickly. It'll be interesting if either one of these players can come up with a victory playing black. So drop me a note in the chat section. What do you think? Do you think either player will be able to win or draw with black? Or is this match going into another pair of games? They're both back, and it looks like they're going to be starting very soon. So let me turn the lobby off and get ready to go into game room 2. If my Stream Deck is properly programmed, I press that button. Gandac says ready for at least 2 more. And we'll be off and running here very, very shortly. So let's see what happens. And it's interesting, Gandac, again, Gandac is going for the pill bug attack. And this one's going very quickly. So let's see if I can get caught up here. So Gandac opened again with the pill bug. He loves that pill bug opening. Listen, although even though black's pill bug is covered, the black mosquito, well, it did have pill bug power up until just now when white covered the. I don't know that I'm going to be able to keep up with this one. Yep, this one is essentially over. This one happened very, very quickly in less than 2 minutes. Almost didn't even bother with the review room on that one. Wow, that was quick. And Andy, I understand completely. So we're going into game room 1 or game room 2. That one was quick. So again, tzimarou is slow getting his pill bug in. And gandac is so gandac has very quickly gotten a beetle in play. And tzimarou is attacking with a beetle as well. So I'm not even going to bother attempting to try to get the review room. This is happening so very, very quickly. So gandac has already qualified for the win by getting the white pill bug covered. And now tzimarou has qualified for the win. So by moving the mosquito over to here, an interesting question from Andy. So tzimarou is definitely fighting. He's trying to control the outside of the hive to make it so that black does not have a place that he can get a bug in place. To have an angle of attack toward that final kill spot. And of course, if the black beetle moves forward, then and you have to do something to keep if the black ant moves into that spot here, then the white pill bug doesn't have the ability to and I think Gandac wins with the ant taking the setup shot. Nope, he didn't take that. Yep, you have to block that spot off, but now black has to fill this spot next. Although he might be going for a yep, surrounding the pill bug. And now the black grasshopper is threatening to move into there. Okay, he has to get pinned. It is happening very quickly. With the white pill bug completely surrounded, the black beetle can now take the setup shot here. And if he does that, the white spider pins the grasshopper. Okay, that's a good move by black, moving the ant in there. Shifts the pin on the white, or potentially shifts the pin on the white ladybug to a true pin while freeing the black ladybug. Well, shifted very quickly from attack to defense. So, but the ladybug will be able to. Oh, it's Tzimarou's turn. So congratulations, Jan. In less than 9 minutes. Gandac says this time control is a mess. So the first victory by Black swung the match into Gandac's favor. So the only previous world champion that's in the semifinals will be Quadlibet, the 3-time world champion. So we've got Gandac against Doobie, Quadlibet against Stepanzo. So be watching. I'll be live streaming as often as I can. Congratulations to Jan from Romania. Won a fantastic match with tzimarou Dimitrios from Greece. Thank you very much for joining me. My boss will be happy that I'll be able to get back to work earlier than expected. As always, I'm here helping you play Hive like a champion. Truly appreciate you all joining me today. And again, if you'd like to make a contribution, my Buy Me a Coffee link is down below in the description. Thanks again to Bram P, who was joining us today in the watching as well. He's my latest contributor. I appreciate all that you've done. Oh, sorry, Troy. I guess I wasn't paying attention to that. A couple little comments. Gandac says, thank you, Zim, for getting rid of Joe. I think everyone is very happy about that. Joe probably wasn't. Joe is Joe Schultz, the current world champion, soon to be replaced by one of the others. Doobie says, LOL, yeah. So, because he wouldn't be playing Joe. Doobie says, that's a huge accomplishment by itself. So thanks again, everybody, for watching. Truly appreciate it. I will be turning that off. Back into the lobby. And until next time, this is Randy Ingersoll signing off, helping you play Hive like a champion. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. See you next time.